Good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started now. Before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that we are recording this so that we can post it on the e-procurement website. And then just mute your microphones if you don't already have them muted. My name is Jennifer Davis Ferris, and I am the contract manager for this contract. This is for the Caltrans District 3 roadway construction services. And at this time, I'm going to let each of the other Caltrans participants that will be speaking today introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ruby. I am the CalMentor Steering Committee Chair for North Region.
Good morning. My name is Robin Spence, and I'm the Caltrans District 3 Small Business Liaison.
And then Carl.
Good morning, Carl Barexa. I am, I guess the one you'll be working for. I represent construction on this contract.
Okay. So for all of the consultants, the primes, the ones that are going to bid as primes, and if you're going to bid as subs, if you can put your information in the chat, your name, your firm, your affiliation, certifications, and your goal for attending. That way we will have all of your information there. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So for using the chat, just open the chat panel. Oops, I'm sorry. Just open the chat panel and you can put your questions in there as we go, or you can raise your hand and we can open it up for questions at the end. But just put everything in the lower right-hand corner in the chat there. And then our agenda for today, we're did our introductions, and then we're going to go over the contract information, and Carl is going to go over all of the details for the contract, and then our small business liaison will go over her information, and then we have the CalMentor information that we'll go over, and a small video at the end from Deepak, and then we'll open up for questions. So we're going to do a contract overview. We're going to share the information about the contract. And then we have the answers, questions and answers at the end. So for Title VI, Caltrans ensures that no person in the state of California is excluded. My thing is covered up here, so give me 1 second. Sorry, didn't realize I was muted. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear the introductions from everybody from Caltrans?
Yes, we did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. You muted.
Oh, he muted everybody after that. Okay, sorry. Okay.
There was some
False start.
So I muted everybody. Sorry about that.
Okay. So for Title VI, Caltrans ensures that no person in the state of California is excluded from participating in, denied the benefits of, or otherwise subjected to discrimination in Caltrans programs, policies, procedures, activities, and services of the grounds of race, color, national origin, sex, age, or disability. For more information on Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 at Caltrans, please visit the website that we have listed there on the screen. The information provided in today's outreach event does not constitute a solicitation or offer of any contract with Caltrans. It solely serves as an informational purpose. The scope of work, contract amount, schedule, and other aspects of the contract are still under development. Information provided is preliminary and subject to change. And now I'm going to pass it over to Carl, and he's going to go over the contract information.
All right, so this contract is for architectural and engineering, professional and technical support of the roadway construction and, well, our Caltrans construction contracts. It is on call or as needed. And it is for District 3 only. It covers the 11 counties of District 3. And estimated value, 30 million right now. It is a 3-year term. And our DBE requirements currently are targeted at 17%. I know it says advertisement date of June 2024, and we're really hoping we can do that, as the current contract is expiring soon as well. So next slide. All right. Under this contract in general, it is for resident engineer and construction inspectors. So unlike our previous ones, where we didn't have the resident engineer, we now have the ability to utilize consultant resident engineers. So this contract will have both resident engineers and assistant resident engineers or inspectors. So the typical duties for roadway inspectors or assistant resident engineer on our construction contracts is as described in our slides here. I try not to read the slide verbatim, but it is our typical construction inspection and related duties to that. So quantity calculations, establishing road and grade, reviewing methods and product and for quality and compliance with our contracts, and safety requirements such as traffic control and that. It is also identifying what's going on in the job, as identifying what could potentially be a problem, reporting to the resident engineer on what is going on and filling out daily reports. Also, along with that is that we may need specialist inspectors in that regards. It's stormwater. This contract will support our stormwater inspection and our permit compliance when related to stormwater, as well as providing inspectors for electrical facilities. So those are kind of two specialists that fall under the general inspector classification. And you see that there's some other things as regards to as-builds and surveying and in support of the construction contract. Next slide, please. All right, this is where we get into the discussion of what the resident engineer will provide. Like I said, this is new to Caltrans. We recently got approval from the feds to utilize consultants as the resident engineer. They perform our normal resident engineer duties, except for when it comes to financial decisions. The financial decisions still reside with Caltrans. And that just means that the construction engineer that the consultant resident engineer reports to will be the one that makes most of the decisions But we're expecting the resident engineer to provide the information necessary to make those decisions. Along with that, you've got all the tasks of a resident engineer, which is it can be complex, and it's basically ensuring that the requirements of the construction contract are met by the contractor during the life of the project. And we expect that the resident engineer will represent the department in all matters regarding this. So meeting with the public, meeting with the contractor, meeting with our stakeholders, our permit and grantors and others, making sure that the project progresses in a safe manner, dealing with the public, handling traffic, as-built, environmental stewardship, labor compliance, utilization of subcontractors, public relations, utility coordinations, and coordination with internal Caltrans other departments and support functions, and many other deep duties that come with the resident engineer. Next slide. So in general, what we're looking for as far as the contract personnel on this contract, or what we're looking for to be supplied for Caltrans, is a contract manager, task order manager, a responsible person. And these duties are outlined in much greater detail in the contract. So this is just a general overview. We may need landscape inspectors, electrical inspectors, stormwater inspectors, our general roadway construction inspectors, construction office engineers, and resident engineers. That is what we're looking for. And I believe that's it for me.
All right, thank you, Carl. We'll now pass it over to Robin, our small business liaison for District 3.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to share a little bit more about small business here at Caltrans, including the eligibility and certifications that we look for. Next slide. So for those unfamiliar with Caltrans, the state of California is broken into 12 districts, and each district has a set of counties that they are responsible for. I'm for District 3. I'm the point of contact for small business, and I cover the same counties that District 3's boundary covers, and those are listed here on the screen. It's also the same counties that Carl spoke about the contract being for. And then also on this slide is a list of the statewide DSBL contacts. There is at least one small business liaison in each of the 12 districts available to help small businesses. Next slide. So the district small business liaison, or DSBL for short, is your point of contact for seeking to work with our department and our particular districts. We're here to offer one-on-one assistance to discuss how best to work with our agency and our district. We provide technical assistance, including assistance on certification applications, finding our contracts through our online portals, and then connecting businesses with subject matter experts here within Caltrans. We host and participate in a wide variety of public outreach opportunities to help increase the visibility of our department. Those include mandatory pre-bid meetings, procurement fairs, contractors boot camps, and then meetings like today. All those meetings or all those events and meetings are listed on our event calendar, and there's a link here on the slide. And then lastly, we are a resource for our own internal Caltrans staff who are seeking to utilize small businesses to solicit bids from. We recognize 3 certifications. On the state side of the house, we recognize the small business, which includes the micro business designation, as well as the public works designations, and the disabled veteran business enterprise or DVBE certification. And then on the federal side, we recognize the disadvantaged business enterprise or DBE certification. And this is the one certified under the California Unified Certification Program. And if a contract has at least $1 of federal funds on it, you can expect to see some type of DBE participation goal on that contract. Next slide. To be eligible for the small business certification, your firm must be independently owned and operated and not dominant in your field of operation. Your principal location must be located in California, and the owners must live in California. The firm must have 100 or fewer employees with an average annual gross receipt total of $16 million or less over the last 3 tax years. The Small Business for Public Works certification has most of the same eligibility requirements, with exception to the number of employees and the annual gross receipts. So for the Public Works certification, your firm must have 200 or fewer employees with an average annual gross receipt total of $43 million or less over the last 3 tax years. To be eligible for the Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise or DVBE certification, your firm must have a service-connected disability of at least 10% through the U.S. military, naval, or air service. You must be at least 51% owned by one or more disabled veteran and must reside in California, and the firm must be managed or controlled by a disabled veteran. Both of these certifications, the Small Business and the Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise certifications, are certified by the Department of General Services, and you can begin your application process if you meet those eligibility requirements by visiting the Cal eProcure website and then navigating to the Get Certified section that's highlighted here in red on the picture on the screen. And then if you have specific questions or you need assistance, you can reach out to your local small business liaison, or you can contact the Office of Small Business and Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise Services, or OSDS for short. That unit's within DGS, and they're available to assist with that certification. Lastly, the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise or DBE certification. To meet those eligibility requirements, your firm must be at least 51% owned by one or more socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. And I believe there's 9 presumptive groups that have been outlined under that. Your firm must be a for-profit small business with a personal net worth of $1.32 million or less. Your firm must be managed or controlled by a DBE individual and be a U.S. citizen. And your average annual gross receipts for the last 3 tax year or fiscal years, cannot exceed $30.72 million. This certification is certified, the one we recognize is certified under the California Unified Certification Program or CUCP. There are 2 that have disadvantaged business enterprises and their acronyms are similar, but ours is the CUCP. Caltrans is one of 10 certifying agencies that certify that certification, and we certify for firms statewide where the other agencies have a specific geographical location that they certify for. You can visit the website here on Caltrans to get more information and to navigate to the online portal where you could submit your application if you meet the eligibility requirements. The Office of Civil Rights Small Business Advocate is available to assist with questions, as well as your local DSBL like myself. These certifications are important to us at Caltrans because we have annual small business participation goals to meet. Those annual goals are 25% for small business. And again, that includes the micro designation as well as the small business for public works designation. We're mandated at 3% for the Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise or DVBE. However, Caltrans strives to meet that annually at 5%. And then we have a current disadvantaged business enterprise goal of 22.2%, but we are in the process of our triennial disparity study, which could lead to a change to that participation goal once that study is completed. And then here's my contact information once again on the screen. If you need any assistance with small business, have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to myself and I can help you or get you in connection with your local DSBL as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Robin. We'll now pass it over to Ruby for the CalMentor information.
Hi everyone, my name is Ruby Sochua. I am here to talk about the CalMentor program at Caltrans. I am the CalMentor Steering Committee Chair for North Region CSU. Caltrans North Region Consultant Services Unit, CSU, has implemented an architectural and engineering mentor protege program, also known as CalMentor. By partnering with the American Council of Engineering Companies, ACEC, the CalMentor program promotes partnerships with the private consulting industry. The CalMentor program is consistent with the Governor's Executive Order number S1106 to encourage new businesses, grow existing businesses, and promote small and emerging businesses contracting with the state of California. CalMentor supports the participation of Certified Small Business Enterprise, SBE, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise, DBE, and Disabled Veterans Business Enterprise, DVBE, in the North Region. Voluntary participation in the program is through acceptance and screening of completed applications from mentors and proteges. Our mission is to increase the pool of small firms participating in the transportation projects by providing them opportunities to network and partner with larger established firms. Our goals and objectives are to establish a mentoring program that pairs small firms with larger established firms in the same field of expertise, enhance the growth potential of small firms, ensure that both small and large firms have equal opportunities to participate in transportation projects, establish a clear, accessible entry point for small firms that want to do business with Caltrans and other public agencies, develop business relationships that foster new opportunities for both large and small firms, encourage firms to obtain certification from appropriate agencies, increase the pool of small businesses, and other benefits of the program include receiving guidance from a mentor on Caltrans SOQ processes, developing a good relationship with a mentor that led to opportunities to teams on proposals, networking opportunities and facilitating business contracts, and providing best practices based on the mentor's experience and updates on any changes to the Caltrans SOQ process. Our participants include Caltrans North Region, who supports and facilitates all program-related activities, the steering committee members, who are made up of mentors, proteges, and the chief of North Region CSU, mentors who are established firms willing to commit time to help small firms achieve their growth potential, proteges who are small firms seeking growth potential in the transportation marketplace, and ACEC, who is a lead organization of private sector engineering and land surveying firms. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at the information below or add it to the chat. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ruby. We're going to go on now to a video from Deepak. And we're going to play that.
Somebody says not able to see if the slides are moving.
Not able to see.
From Prasad, he says not able to see if the slides are moving.
Can you see it?
Me and Robin see it.
Mhm.
Okay, now we're good.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
We're gonna try playing it now. Let us know if you can see and hear it, okay?
Hello, my name is Richard Yost. I'm an A&E facilitator with the Division of Procurement and Contracts. We're going to be discussing the negotiation phase process and deadlines today during this A&E contract training outreach. This is the agenda for today. I will briefly discuss an overview of the streamlined A&E contract process. I'll also discuss an overview of the negotiation phase stages. I will discuss the readily available documents, or RADs, the remaining financial documents, RFDs. I'll also discuss the Independent Office of Audits and Investigations financial review, and discuss the consultant resolution meeting. Okay, the new streamlined process, the main goal of this new streamlined A&E contract process is to procure contracts by expediting the negotiation phase. So let's look at the A&E contract process. Okay, this is the streamlined A&E contract process. If you look at the blue squares below, this is our current contract procurement process where we have allocated 75 business days to complete this process. So we start with advertising the RFQ, and we allocate 22 business days for that. We then, with our pre-picked panel, we evaluate the consultant's statement of qualifications, and we allow 5 business days for that review. Also, the next step is our interview, which we allow 5 business days. We interview the top 3 ranked consultant teams. And in this process, our panel will review and evaluate their presentations, and we score them at the end, and we come up with a ranking 1, 2, and 3. And the rank 1 firm will then be notified by the A&E analyst, and we'll start the negotiation phase, which we allow, we've allocated 40 business days. This is where we review your financial package, we review your cost proposal, and we meet with you, make changes, and then finally approve the cost proposal and then execute the contract. And we are committing, DPAC is committing to complete this process in 75 business days, starting with the advertisement of the RFQ and with the full execution of the contract after 75 business days. Okay, the next slide here is a visual of our A&E streamlined negotiation phase. We have 4 stages, stage A, B, C, and D. Let's take a look at stage A. So stage A consists of our financial document package. This is part 1 of the financial document package. So we call this stage A, ready to do business. So after the interviews, the rank 1 consultant will be notified by the DPAC A&E analyst by letter, by email. And once they confirm their rank 1, we also then send them a financial documents letter that states the financial documents that are required. And this starts the clock on day 0 after you receive that rank 1 letter from DPAC. Then the consultant will have 5 business days to provide their readily available documents, or we call it RADs. So once this package is turned into DPAC, we review your financial package. If it's complete, then we will proceed to stage B. If it's not complete, we will send you an email requesting additional documentation or financial documents, and then move on to stage B. Okay, so here's the checklist for the Stage A documents. As you can see on the left-hand side, firm type. It consists of no Caltrans ID, approved Caltrans ID, and then safe harbor rate. So depending on what firm type you are, determines what readily available documents are required from the checklist. You can see that from this visual that if you have an approved CTID, the first 3 documents are grayed out, and you'd only be required to submit documents 4, 5, and 6, which is certified payroll, ODC, with cost justification, and company policies. Same with safe harbor rate. If you qualify for that safe harbor rate program, then you'd also need to submit your safe harbor rate questionnaire as well. Okay, so these are the readily available documents. This is a list of your RADs. And so we're looking for the indirect cost rate, your contractor cost certification form signed and dated. We're also looking for your AASHTO internal control questionnaire, certified payroll as of the date of the RFQ, any other direct costs with applicable cost justifications, company policies like your prevailing wage, company policy, overtime policy, bonus policy. These should all be signed and dated, with a current date. And then also if a safe harbor rate documents, if that applies to your company. Okay, so here's our visual of the A&E streamline negotiation phases. So we just talked about stage A, so let's move to stage B. Okay, in stage B, this is the part 2 of the financial documents. We call this stage B, or remaining financial documents, RFDs. This package is required with any changes to the first package, but it's required by day 11. So this is a similar process where you send us your complete package. We will review your remaining financial document package. If it's complete, we will then move to stage C. If not, then we would request those additional documents that we need in this soft implementation stage that we're in right now. Okay, so here is the remaining financial document checklist. You can see again, based on the firm type, it depicts which documents are needed. If you have an approved Caltrans ID, or if you're utilizing safe harbor rate, all you would need is your complete cost proposal. If you do not have a Caltrans approved ID, then you would need the rest of the documents stated in the checklist. Okay, so let's look at what those documents are for the remaining financial documents, or RFDs. So we are looking for your complete cost proposal, your executive compensation analysis, labor summary report, post-closing trial balance, income statements, and chart of accounts. Okay, this is the financial documents review. Okay, so if we look at our visual here, we talked about stage A, stage B, and now we're moving on to stage C, which is the review from audit, the Office of Audits and Investigations. Okay, so stage C is where the Independent Office of Audits and Investigation will review the complete financial package. So we'll forward your complete package to that office. They have roughly 10 business days to do their review. Once they finish their review, they'll send the DPAC facilitator their final comments. We will review them, add our own comments from the review, and then any comments from the resident engineer. We will then compile those comments and then email the consultant the final Independent Office of Audits Investigation and DPAC final comments by business day 27. So the consultant then receives those comments. and has time to review the comments and then respond to them and revise their final cost proposal. So we'll move to phase C. Or sorry, stage D. So stage D is the comment resolution and execution phase, or stage, sorry. This is where we can have a formal comment resolution meeting with the consultant if necessary, or we can, meet by WebEx or phone call to discuss the comments. And the consultant will submit their final cost proposal to us and any supporting documentation addressing the final comments. We will review those. And then we will decide, does the cost proposal adequately address all the issues? If yes, then we will move to contract execution. We'll approve the cost proposal and then recommend approval, execution of the contract by day 40. If no, then we have the right to terminate negotiations with the rank 1 firm and then move to the rank 2 firm. If that is the case, the consultant does have the right to challenge this impasse. And so then we will move to the final part of stage C. And so once the consultant is notified by the A&E facilitator of a contract impasse, the consultant would make challenge the impasse with a fact sheet, and they would provide the fact sheet and request an elevated review of the financial document package. That elevated review will be made by the assistant division chief. They will review the fact sheet along with the consultant's supporting documentation. They can also schedule another meeting with the consultant, and then they will issue a written decision within 5 business days after receipt of the fact sheet. Okay, let's look at some forms. Okay, so the financial documents letter. This is the letter that's sent to the rank 1 consultant after they receive their rank 1 letter from DPAC. So this financial documents letter is only, the purpose is to communicate the procedures for our financial document package. It's sent only to the rank 1 consultant. In this letter is a zip file, which includes all the financial documents, folders, which then the consultant will submit, save their financial documents in the pre-structured folders. And it also provides the financial document due dates. The financial letter also gives the DPAC financial document submittal email address, which is dpac.ane.financialsubmittal@dot.ca.gov. It also provides any updated checklists, the latest safe harbor rate form, any updated certification of final indirect cost forms, payroll certification forms. It also includes updated non-prevailing wage and prevailing wage cost proposals for the consultant to use. So once the consultant receives that financial documents email letter, then they work on their financial document packages, and they would then email those complete packages to the DPAC A&E financial submittal inbox, as well as CC the DPAC facilitator. The folders must be emailed in a 7-zip file, so they need to shrink those files, zip them up with that 7-zip file. Sub-consultants may provide documents directly to DPAC, for confidentiality reasons. We do allow this, so then if that is the case, the sub-consultant should send their documents to the A&E facilitator and also the A&E financial submittal inbox. It's up to the prime to coordinate with their sub-consultants if that is going to be the case, because the prime is ultimately responsible for their entire team and submitting the complete package to DPAC. And we do, once we send you the financial documents letter, we do request that you confirm receipt of the email with another email. Okay, some of the items that you'll see in the financial letter is that the premium portion of overtime is only ODC now. We are implementing a soft implementation of the negotiation phase. We will send the consultant emails if there are additional documents that we require for the RADS financial package or the RFD financial package. But we are keeping a spreadsheet of these corrections. So the A&E analysts will email corrections. They'll only be sent to the primes once per stage A through D of our streamlined process. So if you keep making the same error on the financial document package, then that could be grounds for an impasse. But we do give you a few chances. Okay, thank you.
All right. Here we have a listing of websites, our Caltrans website, the Division of Procurements and Contracts DPAC A&E website, and the Look Ahead Report website. So now we are going to open it up for questions and answers. You can submit additional questions to the A&E customer service email box that we have here, or there's a DPAC website that will list them. But we will open it up now in the chat for any questions, or we can unmute you if you want to ask a question. It looks like we have a hand raised.
We have a question as well. Oh no, that's just a sign.
Give us just a second, we'll unmute. Can you unmute them?
No, it's muted them.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Previously we had the registered roadway inspector. Now that the RE role is added, I'm wondering if you're eliminating the registered roadway inspector role, or are you keeping it as a different tier between the RE and the roadway inspector?
Yes, the resident engineer is licensed. We're trying to modify the language to not require license for inspectors or assistant resident engineers.
So you're gearing towards removing that previous classification?
Yes,
Okay.
modifying it.
Okay, thanks.
Your technical services are experts. Well, that's essentially, we're looking to fill that with the resident engineer responsibilities now.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Lincoln Lehman has his hand raised.
Okay, Lincoln Lehman.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. Similar to Ryan's question, I noticed that there was not an assistant classification for either the roadway inspector or the office engineer. And I was wondering if you were planning to include the assistant classification as well as the regular one. Thank you.
We're still looking for office engineers and what we call the assistant resident engineer, which is essentially inspector. Those we really don't have a classification for them other than the roles and responsibilities. So, and that's you'll have to look at the RFQ package for greater detail, because it's quite extensive as to what those roles will be.
Specifically what I'm asking is there's different requirements. So with the assistant, it was the 2 years of pre-engineering or equivalent type of requirement. For the regular roadway, it was a 4-year degree or EIT. And then the registered was a license, which is now going to be resident engineer. So we'll have, instead of registered roadway, we'll have RE or doing ARE work. Then roadway construction inspector would be the 4-year degree or EIT. And then will we also have assistant roadway that is the reduced 2-year requirement? That's what I was mostly looking for.
Yes, and that is our standard template. We're proposing that the license requirement goes away, but the experience requirements remain. If that helps.
Okay, so there'll still be 3 classifications.
There-
You're just
Yes,
changing registered roadway to RE. Right.
yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And then
Okay,
Austin's had her hand.
looks like we have a question from AZ Engineering.
Yes, hi. My name is Masa Azad, and I really appreciate this. This is very informative. My question is about the cost proposal side of things. So first question is, how long is an approved Caltrans ID good for? Like, for how many years would you keep using that, or do you have to like every year update it?
Do you know, maybe? We are going to have to get back to you on that.
Okay, sure, no
We'll
problem.
find out and see how long that idea is good for, and we'll get back to you.
Okay. And then the other question is, so the cost proposal sheet that I think it was mentioned, but I just want to confirm. So the cost proposal specifically for prevailing wage that we receive as sub-consultants are being sent to the primes from Caltrans. Is that right? It's not
The
something that
actual-
the prime sorry, it's not something that the prime has produced. It's something that Caltrans has produced and handed to the prime, and then the prime sends it to their subs, right?
The actual cost proposal sheet, spreadsheet, is that the one that you're talking about?
Yes.
I'm not sure on that either.
I do know that the Caltrans specifically will only work with the prime, so if you guys do have subs, the sub will get it from the prime. So Caltrans won't ever reach out to the sub. So, I mean, if we think about it in that frame of work, I want to say that yes, the sub would get that information from the prime.
But you're talking about the template, the already filled out a template, right?
Yes, the template that has the prevailing wage information in it. And then it requests for like adding the staff rates and the overhead of the company into it. I'm sorry, is the person who gave the presentation on RADs still here?
No, they're with DPAC, so we will send your questions over to them so that we can get an answer for you. That was just a pre-recorded presentation that they gave us.
I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
And then there was a question in the chat. A&E on-call program project management North Region is still forthcoming or dropped in light of this project. I wasn't aware that there was another procurement out there.
Do we have multiple procurement?
We should.
So this is the only procurement, D3 construction that we have out there right now.
Yeah, so this contract is specific to construction support.
Is there another question that just popped up?
No, that's the only question in the chat so far. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. There was another. Will the presentation be made available for download after this call? Yeah, it'll be on DPAC's
So
website.
yes, this presentation will be on the DPAC website. And it looked like we had one more hand up. Is there one more?
I thought Patricia raised their hand.
Let me see.
It looks like they lowered it now.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That looks like all the questions that we have in the chat, and there are no more hands raised that we can see. So we want to thank everybody for attending today. I appreciate your time. Oh, there's one more question from Sarah.
Thank you all.
Hang on. Yep, we got one more
We got
question.
one more question from Sarah. Hold on.
How will we know which prime is awarded?
So on the procurement website, does it
It will be on DPAC's website.
it gets posted on the DPAC's website once the award is made? All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.